You want to push the button together? 3, 2, 1. Hello guys, back to our channel. So we're here to tell you about our financial journey, financial success. Here in like 20 seconds, we're going to pay off our last debt after 2.5 years and about $37,000.
Yep.
And we will be completely debt free. So we're gonna scroll you over to the computer screen so you can see that, and then we'll do a little debt free screen. What do you think?
It's a little bit crazy to think about since it's been so long.
I know, right? I'm excited. We can only go up from here, so let's show you guys here. Okay. I don't know how well you can see it over on the computer screen, but if you look close enough here, we owe $1,547.23 on my car, on the car. We will be paying that off. That's what we have in the savings. So let's do this, guys. I'm gonna go to transfers up here. Are you nervous? Excited?
I almost feel like the computer's gonna look at us and say error, so.
Okay. Loan payoff, we've got it right there, guys. Loan payoff amount. Look at that. You wanna push the button together? 3, 2, 1. And confirm. Look at that. Okay, let's go in here. Go home. And we don't have... Look at that.
It's not even there anymore.
It's not there. Guys, we're debt free. Like, after 2.5 years and $37,000 in debt, like, that's what we started with. We could have been done a little bit sooner, but we did some Dave-ish here and there. For some time, and we probably could have been debt free last year, at least 6 months sooner if we would have tried. But like that's it. We're debt free, guys. Like yeah. So
it's just growth. Now it's just building our wealth.
Now it's just building our wealth. So stay tuned to the video, and we're going to sit down and kind of tell you about our journey, our ups and downs. What we were making, roughly what we were making and everything. So yeah, that'll be here after this debt-free scream. So are you ready? We're gonna count down from 3.
Sure.
Okay, are you ready? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, you can count 2. We'll start again, 3, 2, 1. We're debt-free! Yes! Okay, guys. Start over. Hey, guys. So, as you just saw, we just became debt-free. Pretty excited. So now we're going to tell you our story, where we started, why, how much we were making, all that kind of stuff. We'll start. Before we got married, my first deployment in 2014 is when I learned of Dave Ramsey. And like most people, they're like, oh, that doesn't make sense, but it's not for me because I'm good with money. Never thought that, okay, I could be a millionaire, or I could have a family and we all could be millionaires when we retire. But obviously I now know differently. Yeah, so that's where I started with. But obviously I never started doing the Dave Ramsey plan, whatever, until 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, so the norm for me throughout my whole life has always been credit cards and debt, and it was never even a thought in your mind that you could be a millionaire. A millionaire was always outside of that reach until Until Kyle basically kind of forced me into the whole Dave Ramsey thing. But
So yeah,
I
okay.
thank him on that now.
What it was before, probably before we got married, we would take road trips from Florida to Ohio. When I really started getting into Dave Ramsey, I think it was right before we got married, really, 2016. I would listen to his podcasts and watch his show on YouTube, watch people do debt-free streams. Although I wasn't following his plan at the time, I would still watch it, you know, learning as much as you can. And Kersha said we would be driving 12 hours and listening to Dave Ramsey, she would just tune out.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't something I was really interested in. I was okay with money. He was the better one with money, and I knew I could trust him if I needed anything, and we were getting married, so like, of course, nothing was a problem. Like, we were fine. We were like any other average American couple, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Debt for their wedding. I mean, like, that's just how it ended up. But after we got married, we found out that we were pregnant. And then on top of that, we found out in December of 2016. And then in February of 2017, I got fired from my job. And so that was a really big turning point for us as far as making sure we didn't have to live paycheck to paycheck, basically. Making sure we could live without me having a job, because with a baby on the way, there was really no point for me to get another job if I was going to stay home anyway.
Not only that, before she got fired, the month before, we just bought a new car. Just bought me a 2012 Subaru WRX hatchback because my previous car was a 2007 Hyundai Tiburon, only a 2-door. And we're like, yeah, we need another 4-door car, and I wanted a nice, like, sporty car. So obviously, being the norm, you go get a new car because you're having a baby, and you need to have a 4-door car for you to have a baby and travel. And obviously, which isn't the case, you can make it work with a 2-door car. But then with her getting fired, we did more research, started really listening more and more. So we started in October of 2017, a month or two after Kelly was born. Yeah.
We just kind of lined up everything and got everything in order that was back paid, or not back paid, but like laying in the balance, not being paid off, things on my end that because I didn't have a job we weren't paying on, and kind of got those types of things situated and figured out what we were doing.
Yeah, so we started in October 2017, sat down, had a meeting. Okay, well, we know the steps. We researched the steps many times, looked the steps up. And we decided, okay, well, now is time. We've got to start now. So we sat down, wrote all of our expenses out, all of our debt out. So we've done a budget. When we first started this, we had $37,000 in debt with credit cards, store cards, student loans of mine, and obviously the car loan that I just bought 6-7 months prior. So when we started out, we were making about $4,700 a month, $5,600 yearly. And by the time we completed our debt snowball and became debt free,
As of this month.
As of just like however long ago you saw on this video, we were making about $6,100 a month and $63,000 a year, before taxes, obviously. So some questions, how long did it take? What did we, or how much we paid off? Just answer those. Like
2.5 years, and we'll be honest, it was a long 2.5 years. We could have had it paid off well before then.
Probably 8 months sooner if we decided to. We did Dave hardcore gazelle intense, and then we did Dave-ish many times. And also moving from Florida to Washington State, we saved up money at that point too. So we did the hardcore Dave, we did Dave-ish here and there, and then we went back to hardcore Dave. We need to stop. because there was times we did buy a couple things on credit, even though we were trying to pay off our debt. We just had to we sat down and just discussed. This is what we have to do. We want hashtag debt-free 2020, right?
Well, and not even that. It's not just about us at this point. It's about our children, our Kellyanne, and then any future children that we have, and making sure that we leave them a legacy and teach them that you don't have to live in debt and you don't have to be the norm. You can have a better life for yourself and just enjoy life and not have to say no all the time because you can't afford it.
Yeah. Our range of income again was, we started at $56,000 a year up to $63,000 a year before taxes. Our type of debt again, car, student loans, credit cards, store cards.
Pretty much what normal people have.
Yeah, like, your normal consumer debt.
That everything, like when you ask people what kind of debt they have, they'll say everything, and that's pretty much what it was outside of a house for us, because we lucked out and we didn't get into that.
What do we do? What's our jobs? Well, she's a stay-at-home mom, takes care of Kelly. It's just cheaper for us that way.
I did go through the whole house though and sell as much as possible. We were down to pretty much just the necessities. We didn't go crazy and like sell our furniture that we use on the regular.
We had some cell phones that we didn't need. We sold my kayak. When we first moved to Washington, we bought her a car. We ended up selling that because she wasn't working. No need to.
It had other issues, but that.
No, we didn't need it, so we sold it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and then I mean, outside of that, we just did what we could. Anytime we'd have money coming at us, we would throw it at the debt. And
any extra money, yeah, we stopped. We'd go out to eat once a month, maybe. Once we started. So when we first got here in April of last year, so almost a year ago, or basically a year ago, we were doing Dave-ish. We could have been debt-free in that year. But we were doing Dave-ish because it was a brand new area. We wanted to try this food, try that food. So we spent a lot of money on gas, food, just not being frugal with our money and putting it towards our debt like we should have. There was some times during the winter we had to buy a bunch of winter clothes, obviously coming from Florida after 7.5 years to Washington State. We didn't have winter clothes, so we had to buy winter clothes, okay?
In January, we stopped eating out. December. Yeah, really December, but we really hunkered down and starting in January and like stopped eating out, eliminated things out of our budget that we really didn't need that we could have done a long time ago. What did you say was...
in January, we were like, okay, so this hashtag debt-free 2020, that's our goal, which we knew we could do that. We had $13,000 left.
And our estimate was to be done in October.
No, it was...
Was it in October?
August. It was August. But somehow we managed to pay $13,000 off between January and April 1st. I guess God is listening and hearing our prayers. We obviously tax season came around, so that was a big help.
Selling my car.
Selling her car. Again, selling everything that we could that we didn't need, wasn't using, helped us get that $13,000 off. It was like week after week, month after month, we're like, oh my gosh, we're down another $1,000. We got $12,000 to go. Oh my gosh, we got $10,000 to go. Well, we got our tax refund at close to $5,000. Oh my gosh, we got $5,000 to go, Kirsten. And we were putting close to $2,700 a month towards the debt, not counting the things we've sold for that time frame to get to be debt free by April Fool's Day. even though it was no joke. We
got out of debt.
Yeah.
It was not a joke. I truly believe that putting it into God's hands and just like praying about it and working hard towards it. We started tithing in November.
Yes. So if you don't know Dave Ramsey, his teachings, he's a financial advisor, teacher. His teachings are biblical. So we started Financial Peace University through our church. It's a class that Dave Ramsey teaches. You can do it online, and all of that. So we did that even though we knew we were going to be debt free, because it's not just about being out of debt. It's about being out of debt, how to build wealth, how to insure yourself against car accidents, lawsuits, all different kinds of homeowners insurance, all different kinds of stuff like that, how to buy a house properly.
Where you should sit in your entire life financially, basically. It's not just about the debt. And a lot of people see his and say, see his programs and say, oh, well, I don't really care, like, debt is normal. And like, it's not just about the debt though, it's more than that.
It's about
financial security,
financial independence. So like there's seven steps. Step 1, $1,000 emergency fund.
Step 2, debt snowball.
Step 3, you build your 3 to 6 months of expenses.
Step
for
4
a fully funded emergency fund.
Yep. Step 4 is 15% into your retirement fund, whatever that may be.
Step 5 is saving for your child's college.
Step 6 is saving for a down payment for the house.
No. Step 6 is paying off your house.
Step 6 is paying off.
There's a step 3B.
That's the down payment.
That's your down payment. We're not following that exactly because we're not going to buy a house until we retire, which is at least 11 years. So we're going to save up our down payment between now and then, maybe have the whole thing.
So our down payment will be bigger
and
than
then,
most people's, more than likely.
Yeah. So step 6, pay off your mortgage, and step 7 is just live
and give like no one else.
Generosity. It's about being, you want to be debt free so you can be generous and help others. That's what you want to do.
Yes. Feed into the kingdom of God.
Yeah. So what would you tell your younger self?
Not to fight you, not to stick to my old habits and my old ways, and trust that my future husband at the time, well, no, husband at the time, but when we first started it, future husband at the time, has got me, and to listen to him because he's clearly more financially smart than me.
What I would tell my younger self, so I got out of high school, went to college for 2 years, racked up college debt, not too much, but enough to annoy me. And when I first joined the Air Force, I didn't get paid the first December. And I was like, how am I supposed to live? Yeah, I'm living in the dorms, but so my bank talked me into getting a credit card. That was the first credit card I ever had. So I've only had 3 credit cards, and I never had much of a balance on them, but being debt free, getting rid of the credit cards, people's like, oh, you have to have credit to live. It's like, no. Then people's like, how do you buy a car? You save and buy a car. How do you buy a house? So you don't have to have a credit score to buy a house. It's called manual underwriting. Not all loan companies understand how to do it, but
Dave has a whole program that like gives you.
Yeah, but the debt score, or the credit score, if you sit and think about it, all it is a score based on how much you play with debt, how much debt you are in, how much you're paying off that debt, and how many cards and how long you've had the debt, really. So why do I want a number that defines me and how much debt I have? I don't really care. So I have some books you should read if you want to start.
The first one you should always start with, if
Yes.
you don't know about it, is The Total Money Makeover.
By Dave Ramsey himself. It's a good book. We both read it. The next book that I just finished yesterday
I've not started it yet. I plan to read it in the future.
is this book. Is Chris Hogan's Everyday Millionaire. It gives you statistics, facts, myths, busts the myths about becoming a millionaire and who millionaires are and what they actually do. Most millionaires are everyday people that you would never expect it. And then another book is Debt Free Degree by Anthony O'Neill. We've not read it yet. We will buy it and we will read it.
Yes, because we're both still going to school.
Yeah, even though the Air Force is paying me, or paying for my school, I'm still going to continue my education, but learning and reading how to go to school debt-free won't just help me in the future, it'll help my future airmen that I'll have and children and whatever. So yeah, if you guys are interested more, don't forget you could comment down below, ask questions, we're here.
We also have our Facebook page, the KCubed story, that you can go in and message us on. I also have and manage my own Instagram, which is basically connected to this. So you're more than welcome to go on there and comment on there or direct message me via that. But we would love to be your cheerleaders on through your journeys. If you decide that this is where you feel that God is tugging your heart, and yeah, let's be cheerleaders for everyone else.
Whatever your income is, anyone can do it. There's going to be naysayers out there. They say, no, you can't do it. No, why would you want to? Why do you care about paying off your car? Why do you want to? Why not just buy? You want it, buy it on a credit card. And that's another thing that Dave Ramsey says, that impulse
buying is not good.
So don't let the naysayers say that you'll always be in debt. You'll always be in debt if you decide to always be in debt. If you take charge, you can come out of debt and make a legacy for your family. You have anything else to add?
No, I don't think so. Just stay positive, and if you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to us at any of those places I said that you could, and we will happily help you along and be your cheerleaders, like we said. And so thanks for watching our video, and we'll see you guys Wednesday.
Hope you enjoyed this one.